What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? Let me know if you hear me. What is up? What's up? It's crazy when you start off these live streams, you really don't know whether or not you are being heard. wish I wish you could know. It would make life so much easier. I hope you guys had a great day and an excellent week. Today's what? I don't even know what day it is. Today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, today's Tuesday. Man, it's been a crazy week for me. Okay, the day trader show says we can hear him. You guys can hear me, so good stuff. Good stuff. It's been a crazy week, and it's only Tuesday. I haven't traded, guys. I haven't traded since I don't know. I think Friday was the last time I traded. I put out my P&L on Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Link in the description section. And I didn't trade after that. Saturday I went down to the Keys. I was down there Saturday, Sunday, yesterday, Monday. Came back today, Tuesday. Just getting the place ready for some vacation renters and stuff like that. Didn't take the boat out, but I did go out last week on Wednesday, so that was fun. Let's go ahead and post this link over here that we're live on Twitter. All right, guys, if you are around and you have something you want me to check out for you, some sort of chart or some sort of ticker or news or something, let me know. Just drop it there in chat. We'll go ahead and take a look for you. It would be cool. Like I see there's people watching, right? But it would be cool if like YouTube had the thing where like all the names would pop up in the chat section so we know who's watching. Like, and you can interact. Like I could say, oh guys, I see so and so and I see this one and that one, this person, and I could say hi right out the gates. But right now all I have is just a number of people watching and I don't know who is who. So drop it in the comment section there. Just go into the chat section and let me know who's watching so I can say hi specifically to you. All right, because otherwise it's just like a wide range of like, hi, thank you for watching. But that's what we have here. I got the chart here on BA because I actually added to BA yesterday, not a lot, just one measly share. I added to the position, but as you see here, you see this green line, you see that? That's where I'm in from. This is my average, $110.15 now. And I want to add some more. I want to see, if BA can start to hold this 200 and start consolidating sideways like it did here for a while. I don't care if it takes another year or two, just consolidate sideways above 200 until we get that rip up above 300 and go to 350. Oh, what's up, man? Live it up. Yo, yo, yo. Bilbo, bro. I like that. Bilbo, bro. What's up, guy? Insane Stitch 17. What's going on, guys? Glad to have you on here. Really glad to have you guys on here. But I'm just going over my Boeing here. I'm up couple $1,000 on that. And I'm in from 110 average here. And I'd really like to add more. I'd like to add some more shares and then see if we can get this up to 350. But like I said, I'd imagine it's going to take a few, at least another year. I would imagine. I mean, if it wants to do it in the next 6 months, by all means. But I wouldn't mind, if it consolidates a little bit more sideways, I could add more. And that as well as Disney. I have some Disney here. Let me show you that. And you see here, I have Disney from way down here. I don't know what I have in my throat. You see my Disney from way down here, and I have an $88 average there. I have an $88 average there for you on Disney. That's where I'm in from. So it's nice to see, that it's made this huge move. I don't see myself adding to Disney unless it comes back down here to these like 140s. But I wouldn't mind adding to Disney here either. I bought most of this when we crashed. And then I have PLTR. I just got a starter today on this, a little feeler. I just got a real small feeler on this. I honestly wouldn't mind having PLTR drop down here to 20 to maybe even like $16. I don't care. Like, I'm just gonna be adding to PLTR throughout all of next year. Little chunks here and there wherever I can grab them. Because PLTR, I think PLTR, I think it's $150 stock. You know, I'm no professional financial advisor, so I'm not advising you on anything here as far as PLTR goes. But I'm just going to be buying PLTR, gobbling it up here and there, wherever I can, whenever I can, because I think it's $150 stock. I don't care if it takes 5 years to get there. I think there's a lot of potential on PLTR, so I'm going to be buying PLTR all the time, whenever I can. Whenever I have a few extra bucks, I'm just gonna throw it there. Especially after I max out my Roth IRA and stuff for 2021, because I already maxed it out for this year. Otherwise, I would have been buying it in my Roth. Edwin wants to know where I'm from. I am from California. That's where I'm from. But I was raised here in South Florida. Ah, nationality? Cuban. So yeah, it's crazy because in South Florida, you don't even have to have like Cuban ancestry at all to have the accent. It's like a South Florida accent. I swear to you, it's that's what it is. It's a South Florida accent, man. Oh, there you go. Humberto, he's a trip, man. I love this guy. So PLTR, man, that's what I'm looking to do there. I'm just gonna be adding, hopefully I can build out a nice position on it over time, and it can wind up being an awesome entry like my Boeing entry down here. Look at this. I love that's what I like the Street Smarts Edge because it shows you the like your entry down here on the chart. Boom, it just throws that big line on there and it tells you where you're long from and your average 110, 15. All right, guys. So today, we already got a few people trickling in here. So today's live stream, what I wanted to do was I wanted to talk about my biggest loss ever day trading. And it coincidentally, my biggest loss ever day trading actually happened this year. And it happened at the start of the year. And the reason I want to talk about it is because I never made a video on it because what I really wanted to do was either make a big video about it or I wanted to do a live stream, talking about it. So it's come to the point now where we're going to just do the live stream talking about it. It's going to stay up on the channel anyways. And we're going to talk about that biggest loss I've ever had. What led me, get into that biggest loss and what got me out of it because it's crazy. I had my biggest loss like on one day. And then the very next day, I had my biggest win but erased that loss completely and brought me well back into the profit on the month. MVIS, I wasn't around. I was driving back from the Keys, so I really didn't. I don't know what's going on today in the market. MVIS. This looks like it made a decent move today, right? Let's see here. It's a 15-minute chart. Oh wow, that's a pretty nice, like VWAP break and hold. Oh, I love this. And then the 9 EMA crossed over. Man, you know what? Let's see here. Let's see what was going on here. All right. So at the time, this was the high of day. So this is what we would have been looking at if I was day trading right there. I'm gonna make this bigger. Look at that. So we had the break up above VWAP. Then we started to hold that VWAP area, which was at the same time was that 38.2 Fibonacci zone. We start and the 9 EMA. This was such a great little setup here. An entry at $7. Your stop would have had to have been see here, like about 670, 660. That would have had to have been the stop. So it's got a big stop loss here. So you got to manage risk, decrease share size. But look at it, look at this thing go. Wow, that would have been a nice play there. CYDY. Let's see what that. I don't, like I said, I was not around. I haven't been around the market since Friday. Whoa. Did this thing even do something today? Like, I mean, it was a short. It was a shorter's paradise today. CYDY needs to get back up over $7. You know, it needs to get back up over $7. If it gets back over $7, then shorts will start to be like, maybe let me start covering. But outside of that, and I would imagine it's going to need some sort of catalyst to get it up over 7. Oh no, the two rib chick says she got in at 788 and then it washed. Ugh, that's tough. Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. All right, so let's see. All right, guys. So we're gonna talk about my biggest loss, and then we can jump back into some Q&As. And I also have a couple of good announcements here. I got a new coupon code. You know what? We're gonna throw that coupon code up there right now, and then later on we're gonna have like what's known as a Christmas present. That's gonna be for everyone that has signed up with us, as far as like the free course or the newsletter, stuff like that. If you've already signed up with us, you're gonna be set up. If not, you're gonna have to sign up, and then we're gonna send you a Christmas present on the 25th. And it's not gonna be like a coupon code or anything like that. It's gonna be legitimately a Christmas present. So we'll get into that here a little bit later in the stream. Well, I mean, you manage risk, Chick, so that's not terrible, right? You manage your risk and you stopped out. You didn't hold the bag, so that's something to be proud of. Now, there's the coupon code for the room, $75 off, and there's the code with the link. You can just click on that and copy and paste the code, and you can take advantage of that special. That's probably going to be the biggest special we're going to have throughout the rest of the year. But as far as my biggest loss, all right. So we're gonna reverse. We're gonna go back a year, okay? Because last year in December, I really like had a big streak. I think I had like 18 straight green days. It was so much fun. And it really started to get to my head towards the end because I thought, I knew the red day was coming at any point in time. So I really started to think, I better start managing my risk a little bit better. I better start taking profits quicker so I stay green. And it really started to mess with my head. I ran that streak all the way through. I don't remember if I got a red day right before the end of the year or if I got a red day right after the new year started. Eric wants to know, there's a lot of money in the market. Why sell something to people? Eric, because when somebody makes a course, it takes time, dedication to put a course together with actual good, solid foundational education as well as advanced content. And one needs to be compensated for stuff like that. No one in their right mind is going to take hours upon hours for days on end, make an awesome course, right? Put features on our website, all right? Features that cost them money, and then just give it away for free. No one's ever going to do that. If somebody gives that to you, chances are it's going to be subpar. It's just the reality of it. People need to be compensated for their time. So, and oh, look, before we jump back on there, right? Let me sidetrack here. And if you think that one source of income, one stream of income is it, then you're doing yourself a huge disfavor. Always focus on multiple streams of income. Trading, maybe a side hustle, a YouTube channel, maybe you're good at graphic design, whatever it is, multiple streams. Because if one falls, then you always have the other ones there backing you up, always. Anyway, so back onto the story, guys. So December of last year, huge green streak. It's on YouTube. And then eventually it starts to die off. And I go, I eventually have my inevitable red day. We all have to have our red days. The thing is, we got to manage risk, right? So that gave me a huge boost of confidence. I was going into the new year and I was like, all right, I'm going to tear it up this year. And, went about January and then February. Tesla started going insane. Tesla was going insane February of this year. Tesla was just going crazy. Let's just bring up the chart here. Tesla. We're gonna bring up the chart here real quick. So let's go all the way back to February of this year. Here we go. There's February. Oh, there is February in all its glory. Okay, so as you see here, let's see. February right here, Tesla goes from 135. Remember, this is all like adjusted for the split of this year. So from like 135 all the way up here to basically 200 bucks out of nowhere. And I had my biggest red day, right? I had my biggest red day on this day right here. What day is that? February 3rd. I had my biggest red day. And you would think, right? You would think, Jesse, did you have your biggest red day shorting Tesla that day? Nope. Nope. I did not have my biggest red day going short Tesla that day. I literally had my biggest red day ever going long Tesla on that day. Going long on contracts, on call options. I don't remember exactly how it all went about, but I remember being down on the day. I think it was like a couple $1,000. And then I was up on the day, like a few $100. I was like, okay, I'm green on the day. Maybe I should just shut it down now. But Tesla just kept squeezing and squeezing. And I'm like, how am I leaving so much money on the table when I know how to trade this? And I started to feel that FOMO and I gave into the FOMO. No one is exempt from this. It happens to all of us. Has it happened? Have I felt FOMO after that day, which was early on in February of this year? Absolutely. I've controlled it much better. As we gain experience, we control our FOMO that much better. So on that day right there, I just fell victim to it. I started buying more calls. I started, buying weird dips. I wasn't trading my plan. I went from being red to being green to then being really red again. I was down like $2,000, and I'm like, bro, I can make this back. I can make it back. Bigger size, bigger size, bigger size. Oh my God, what a mess. What a mess. Until one point where I found myself down $4,500 on the day. My biggest day trading red day ever. It's my biggest red day period. $4,500 I was red. And I couldn't believe it. And it got to the point where I just had to lay back in my chair, look at my screen, see that red $4,500 and say, what am I doing? What are you doing, Jesse? Like I was really like, it was out of body experience. I was like, what are you doing? Turn this off. I turned off the entire everything. Like I shut down the broker. It was E-Trade. I shut down my computer. I went out. I completely disconnected completely from this. I questioned my sanity because that could have gone really ugly really fast. Really ugly really fast. So I was like, okay, I'm done for the day. I'll come back towards the end of the day and I'll sit on the system, I'll open up my platform and I'll take a look if there isn't a setup for me here on a swing trade. If there is, I will take this trade. So I come back towards the end of the day, I sit down, I'm like, okay, well, Tesla's still super strong. And there's a video on YouTube with this trade. And I buy at the end of the day one call option, okay, at 30 something dollars. I think it was like at 33 bucks, 32 bucks. I buy that call. And the next day we do that. We gap up huge. Huge, just like I expected, because we knew the short position that was in there. We know that when Tesla gets going on these big moves, it would tend to gap up higher. Like this was a big gap up. There's a big gap up here. There's a big gap up here. When Tesla starts to squeeze out the shorts, it gaps up big. So then on this day here, I had my swing trade from overnight. Boom, almost $7,000 in profit, brought me well back into the green, made back all the losses from that FOMO. But the only reason I was able to do that was because I kept my composure after I went on tilt. I came back composed. I traded a plan. I knew my risk. I really wanted to take 2 or 3 contracts, but I knew my risk. I could easily lose half, if not more, of the value of the contract if Tesla got down and crashed, right? So I knew that. So I could only take one contract in good mind, like in good spirits, right? That's what I did. And that one contract, boom, brought me right back. But that's risk management. trading with a cool and calm mind and basically doing everything that I didn't do in the morning when I got all wrecked and destroyed on my biggest red day. Now that's it. That's the little story, guys. Let's see here. You, I was your 1,000 follower. Tweeted you, Eric. If you tweeted at me, bud, I would have, I would have seen the tweet and I would have tweeted back. If you did, maybe it didn't come through right, or I didn't see it. Maybe I just didn't see it. If that's the case, then and I didn't see your at, then my apologies for not seeing your at. You just tweeted me. All right, let's go see. Let's go on Twitter right now. Let's see. Tweeted at me. There's no. I don't know where you're tweeting, bud. I'm on my Twitter account right now here on my desktop, on my laptop, on my big monitor here, and I have nothing from you. All right. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I don't know why the tweet's not coming through. Maybe send me a DM. Maybe send me a DM there on Twitter, and we'll hash that out. Lewis wants to know if I saw the course. Lewis, right there under underneath your post, the Day Trader Show, he posted a link there, and we have a coupon code as well that's going on. Let's go ahead and post that coupon code. And it's not only a course; it's various courses and the chat room. It's all combined. I'm gonna go through the chat here and check it out. See if I missed anything. All right. Live It Up says, hey man, are you thinking QS will drop tomorrow? It had an incredible run yesterday and today, and after hours it dropped. I'm thinking about buying puts. QS, I don't even want to look at QS because I had QS on my radar. I traded it one day and made some real good money on it, but it was a day trade. QS. Man, look at this. QS, I mean, I would not Live It Up. I would not buy puts on QS until it has like a blow off top. This thing is in full on squeeze mode. Let's see here. Eric says he bought Bitcoin back, at $10 in high school. When did you sell it, man? Don't tell me you sold it at 15. Man, the chat room, Eric, the chat room, it's crazy, man, because you're gonna have just the regular beginner course, then the advanced courses, the options course is coming out next month, then the swing trading course, then the real estate course is gonna come out next month, and then probably end of next year we're gonna be coming out with the futures course. Not to mention we're gonna be having what's called interactive training on there. We're working on that. That's going to take some time because we got to get with our developer in order to really fine tune that, because it's such a good system that we have there, and the content's going to be so good that we really want to get with a developer that can really hash that out and make it into a full program for us. No problem. Live It Up. Rip Chick, is it better to use 3K margin account or 2 or 3K cash account? To Rip Chick, you should really watch my video that I uploaded today. It's how to get around the PDT with a cash account and a margin account side by side. I think you're really going to enjoy that. I go into major detail on that, but you can literally use a cash account and a margin account and just put money in both, and you almost have like unlimited trades almost. There's still some stipulations you got to go through, and I go through most of that in today's video that I posted earlier today. Let's see. Trying to see. All right, guys. Okay, I think I caught up to everybody's questions. If there are any more questions or any more charts you want me to take a look at, drop it there in the comment section. I don't know if I missed any. I know when I went off on my tangent about my biggest loss, I kind of didn't look at chat. I didn't want to get distracted. No problem too, Ripchick. Hey, B-Man, what's up, bud? Do you use hotkeys in SSE? I do not use the hotkeys on SSE, man. The last time I used hotkeys, I was with Speed Trader, and it was on the DAS platform, and I loved it because they're so customizable. It's ridiculous. This was years ago, and on Street Smart Edge, they're not very customizable, and I really haven't had a need for them just yet. I'm not saying that I won't use them in the future, but for now I haven't used them. I do want to go through them and maybe fiddle with them and make a video about it just so that I can have that content on the channel for people who are looking for information on how to use the hotkeys and set them up. But I don't use them. No, I just I have two like two different here. Let me just see if I can get this over there real quick. Here's what my broker looks like. Let me make sure that I can that you guys are seeing this here on the stream. There you go. Okay. This is what my broker looks like right here, right? And I have this order entry box here and this order entry box here. I could set my limit orders, you know, easy enough on this one, and I can always mark it out here if I need to mark it out. That's pretty much it. All right, let me get back in here to the chat for you guys. What do I think about shorting Rdfn? Let's go see what that looks like. Oh my God. Wow. Man, like I wouldn't short this thing until it's the same as like the question earlier by somebody on QS. I would not short this thing until it gives us a blow off top. And I'm not gonna short it. But that, you know, that would be the time to short. Like you don't typically, and I know there's a lot of people who do this, they'll short into strength. You're not gonna see me do that. Okay, I'm a completely different trader than you will see. Maybe like one of our moderators, Kevin. I don't know. I think maybe sometimes he shorts into strength. Specific plans with detailed risk parameters. That's good. It works for him. It works for some people who trade that way. I do not short into strength. I like to short the backside weakness. So show me that we blow off. You know, show me that we're gonna dump. Give me the confirmation, then I'll short. Two Rip Chick wants to know: do I use RSI, EMA, SMA, VWAP? I mean, in my recaps, I usually show those here, and I'll show you what I use. This is all you will see on my intraday chart. You'll see volume, number one. You'll see the 9 EMA, and you'll see VWAP. RSI, I don't care because I mean we'll see these stocks go 1,000% someday, right? Like it happens. So the RSI is through the moon, but it doesn't matter. So like that's all I use intraday. What do you think about showing? No problem, B Matt. You got it, Umberto. Do you recommend hard stops on low floats? I do not use hard stops. I'll use a hard stop if I'm going to step away. I'll use a hard stop if I feel that I got such a good entry that I really just want to kick back here and I don't even want to touch the mouse. I use mental stops. I do not recommend traders use mental stops if they are not disciplined enough to actually exit a position that has hit their stop, right? If it's hit their stop, they have to be disciplined enough to exit the position if they're going to use a mental stop. If you're going to use a hard stop, you know, I would always recommend using it if you are not, if the trader is not disciplined enough to stop out on a mental stop. That's just me. That's just the way I trade. Because sometimes you'll get a quick little flush and it pops right back up, right? And it doesn't hold that level of like the flush or whatever, and it pops right back up. And all that was just like, you know, just one quick panic sell or one quick like stop loss hunt, stuff like that. So if you're seasoned enough to recognize that, and if you are disciplined enough to stop out accordingly, then mental stop. Low floats stop. It does, like I don't care low floats or not low floats, hard stops. I just use them like I said. If I want to swing trade, or if I'm stepping away, or if I just want to kick back, if I got a really, really solid entry and I just want to kick back and lean back in my chair. Honestly, I've done it. That's it. That's how I do stops. I always do mental stops. Like 95 to 99% of the time, it's mental stops for me. All right, guys. So you know what we're gonna do is I'm gonna tell you about the Christmas present. Since it seems like it's slowing down there as far as questions goes, drop them in there if you want. No problem. What I'll do is I'm gonna tell you about the Christmas present. So the Christmas present is legit. It's a Christmas present, guys. So on the 25th of December, if you have signed up to our newsletter or the free course or anything for that matter, you're going to get an email, okay, with a free chat entry for the week of the 28th, okay, the 28th through the 31st. So that week there, the 28th, December 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st, you will get a link to join us in chat for free that whole week. You're not going to have access to courses and all that other stuff, like the paid members. That's not going to happen. You're just going to have access to the chat. And it's going to be free from a gift from us to you, just so you can join us, come check it out. The trading isn't going to be all that crazy typically at the end of the year, but hey, we can go over lessons. If there's something to trade, we're going to trade, and we're going to put out the alerts, and you can surf the site and stuff like that. But in order for you to take advantage of that, you're going to have to be able to receive an email from us. So sign up. There's a link that was just posted there in chat. You're going to want to sign up for our watch list there. That way we have your email and we can send you that link on the 25th. That way you can go to it and just like start going through the prompts, set up your username and stuff like that. So I don't know, just a little gift from us to you. End the year on a happy note, and we're thankful for all of you. So I thought it was cool. We were actually talking about that, me and my partner today, Jono, about doing that for you guys. And I was like, you know what, man, that's a great idea. Let's go ahead and let's get it done because everybody deserves it. So Merry Christmas, a little something, something, guys. Jose, talk about Trump not signing the COVID relief bill. I don't know if he signed it or if he didn't sign it. I know it can still pass. I mean, it's BS, in a sense, right? Because he wanted a bigger stimulus bill than that, and he was ready to sign one. I think he called for like $2,000 per head, uh, and $600 is what best that came out. So yeah, I can imagine he's not too happy with that because $600. He's like, I want $2,000, for people, and they came out with 600 in Congress. That's a long ways away. How's the market going to react to that? Um, you know, it's the market's gonna react how it's gonna react, and that doesn't say much. But the problem is now we have a new strain of the virus going on, so that's why the market's also dumping. There's just a lot of uncertainty. The market likes certainty. That's what they like. The market likes certainty. If there is uncertainty, then the markets react differently. They dump, they flush, stuff like that because it doesn't like uncertainty. It's always been that way. Two rip chick. That's a great question. Is it better to focus on mid caps with $2,000 to $3,000 in, I guess, your trading account instead of small caps? That's a hard question to answer. And why do I say that? Well, if you watch my channel, which I know you do, you see that I trade everything. And I trade everything exactly the same. Like I trade legitimately the same patterns on small cap stocks that I do on big stocks, right? Like Tesla or a SPAC play like QS, right? So I trade them all exactly the same risk parameters. Now the only thing that changes my risk, my share size, right? Not really my share size, but my position dollar cost, right? Like on Tesla, I'll take an 80, 100, $110,000 position. I'll take that. And I'll risk, based off my regular risk. Now, I might go trade a low float where now all of a sudden I'm only taking a $5,000 or $10,000 position, maybe a $15,000 position to keep the same type of risk. The point is that if you're confident trading small caps and you're confident trading large caps, you just trade your plans accordingly. Now, if you waver in the small caps because the flushes and uncertainty, you're not really sure how to manage your risk properly on one of them, then maybe the larger cap stocks are a little bit, they move slower. So maybe they tend to be something that's going to be a little bit easier to trade for one to practice and learn from, etc. Let me know what you think of that, if that answers your question. No, no problem at all. That's no problem at all for me. It's okay. I'm glad that works. Guys, do you have any other questions? BMAT says, if I was setting a stop on an options contract, do I set it when the price of the stock drops to a certain price or when the option hits a certain price? Awesome question, dude. I love it. That's a great question. Now, that depends. Okay, it depends on you. It depends on the trader. The way I trade options, I don't care about the options price in that sense. Like I don't set my stop loss based on the options price. I'd say 99% of the time. Like 99% of the time, my stop on an options play is based off of the stock. So I'm looking at the stock, I'm looking at its price movement, I'm looking at its pattern, right? I set my entry, my stop, and my sell targets according to the stock itself. So let's just use some trivial numbers. Let's say I get in stock, whatever, ABC. I get in that stock at $100 and I buy the option at $3. My stop on the play is 97.50 on the stock itself. The contract, is going to lose value as that stock drops. It hits 97.50. It's my stop zone. I got to stop out. I stall out my contract. This is why the amount of contracts one takes or the amount of money one puts into an options play is typically going to be less than that of the stock itself. Like you'll see me take an $100,000 position, $120,000 position on Tesla stock, but I would not take that size on an options play on Tesla. No, 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 no. Right? Like the most I've probably done on Tesla is what, maybe like 9 or 10,000 bucks on a day trade, options play on Tesla. Because if it starts to go against me, you're gonna have multiple things against you. You're gonna have that time decay, you're gonna have the loss of the contract's value, the further it gets out of the money, etc. So that's why. Two Rip Chick, is it better to focus on tickers above 200%? 200% what? Jose wants to know what's my A plus setup. I love red to green moves. I love red to green moves. In my course, I go over all the setups I trade plus more. That might not trade as often, but like, and when I mean red to green moves, I mean intraday red to green moves. Like the stock will gap up, okay? It'll gap up, so it's green compared to yesterday. It'll gap up, but then the bell rings and it just falls. It finds its support, it finds its feet, and it starts to go, make a big U shape and go from red on the day to green. I love those. Two Rib Chick. Okay, so Two Rib Chick says, is it best to focus on tickers above 200% gain? So like that the stock is up 200% on the day? Is that what you mean? Rock Doc. I'm gonna get to you right now, Rock Doc. Let me hash this one out here with a Two Rib Chick. Okay, so no, like, is it best to focus on tickers above 200% that are up 200% on the day? Like solely focus on them, like, oh, it's 200%. Maybe what are the chances it goes 300%? It's not every day a ticker goes 500%, 1,000%, right? That's not every day. So like for me, it's about, I'm looking in the morning, what's gapping up. Okay, if it's gapping up 20%, 15%, 50%, 100%, and then give me an intraday setup, and that's it. I don't care if the setup is good and the volume is there. Okay, if the setup is good and the volume is there, and I can manage my risk and I can get in on the trade, I'm going to get in on the trade. I don't care if it's been up 20% or if it's up 500% on the day, right? It doesn't matter to me as long as I have my setup that I can trade on the day. Okay, so Rock Dog says, I'm a short bias trader. I often look for stocks that are hard to borrow. Do you ever feel like you miss out on stocks that Charles Schwab can't locate? No, because I'm not really a short bias trader. I'm more of a long bias trader, but I am versatile. So I do short, like I short the stock itself. But typically when I short, I'm not shorting small caps. I'm shorting stuff like Tesla. Maybe I'm buying puts on the SPY, or maybe I'm buying puts on Facebook or shorting Facebook. Like when I short, I typically short those other stocks, which shorts are plentiful on just about any broker. Feels feel is feel is harder with a small amount in an account using a cash account now. Yes, absolutely. The smaller amount of money you have in a trading account, the more difficult it is to trade. Period. Simple. Because settled cash, position sizes, etc. Can you trade with a $300, $500 account? You absolutely can. In a cash account, you could. Especially since everything's free commissions now, you could take 10, 15 shares of something and make, $5, $10. I mean, I wouldn't, like me personally, I'm not gonna waste my time putting a $300 in an account, even to trade options, to like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to turn this into 100,000. It's just gonna take so long. It's crazy, right? So I'm not gonna do that. But I think it's a good way to practice in a live environment with the actual market and actual shares. It's like, okay, you studied, you went through courses, you learned, you did really good in the simulator, you're profitable in the simulator. You know what? I want to trade really small size now with shares in the actual market, grab 500 bucks, put it in an account and then trade 10, 15 shares to familiarize oneself. I think that's awesome. Is it worth shorting with $3,000 margin account? Well, I mean, if you have $3,000 in your margin account, you're gonna have 3 times buying power. So you're gonna have $9,000 intraday to day trade with. You can definitely short with 9,000 bucks. To Rip Chick, you should really consider joining the chat room and going through the courses. I think you're gonna get a lot out of it, a lot. And you definitely seem like you want to have, like you have the desire to learn and to really get after it. So I mean, I would suggest that. Would you expect a breakout in pins? Let's go take a look at pins, guys. Yeah, take advantage of the coupon code because remember, like whatever price you lock in, that's gonna be your price if you continue. Like let's say you get the yearly plan, right? And you pay, I don't know, 800 bucks, 790. I don't know what it would come out with the coupon code. And you pay that and you stick with us next year in December when your renewal is up. Let's say the chat room now costs 1,200 bucks. You're gonna pay what you paid this year. That's gonna be your price forever. Pins. Let's go take a look at the daily. Wow, that's some crazy flat top it's got going on there. I mean, that one can get fun. That one can get fun over that flat top, Umberto. 73 bucks, 74 bucks, break over 74. It could get fun. Something to watch. There you go. There's the coupon code. So yeah, man, like a breakup over that, it can get fun. Would I like buy here expecting a breakup? No. I don't buy in front of resistance. I would buy a pullback. I'd buy a breakthrough resistance when it pulls back into it to show us its support, but I wouldn't buy it here. FRSX. Oh, is this like at all-time highs or something? Wow. So see, look, this is what I like, right? Like we push up, pull back, hold a support zone. Like I wouldn't buy it off of just one support zone, but just showing you an example, as far as the daily goes, no, it's not at all-time highs. What's going on here? Oh, that was the 15-minute chart. Okay. So here's your daily. If it can hold $3, if it can hold $3, it can have a shot maybe up here like $4, 450. These previous stops, these bottoms you see here on the daily at 450 to 470 zone. That would be a target, but I wouldn't buy this to swing it. BMAT, do you ever use different options, verticals, so different option strategies, vertical spreads, condors, or strictly day trading calls and puts? Man, I am the simplest trader you're probably gonna find out here, and I think that's part of why I'm consistently profitable. I don't overcomplicate trading. So no, I don't do condors, I don't do straddles, and I don't do spreads. Uh, I don't do any of that. No, I buy calls. I sell calls, I buy puts, I sell puts. That's it. That's as complex as I make my options trading be. Now, my options course, I do go over straddles, I think it was. I do go over straddles, but I don't really like actively day trade straddles or swing trade them either. It's not to say that I won't. It's very simple, but stuff like iron condors and spreads and all that, I don't really overcomplicate myself with that with options. I know there's some people who really do and they go into it, but you know what, man? That's their strategy and that's what they do, and they're really good at it and they're successful at it. I keep it very simple, very, very simple. No problem, two rib chick. You got it. All right. So any other tickers you guys want me to go over or any other questions you have for me? Any questions about the chat room? Any questions about the courses? Any questions about the different tiers that we have available? The one-on-ones? Any questions about future courses? Stuff like that? You know, let's go chat. Let's chat about them right now. My pleasure, Rock Dog. My pleasure. Any other questions? Throw them up. Oh, cool. Awesome, Turb Chick. So that means you'll get the link for December 28th to come into chat for free. You won't get access to all the courses, but you will get, you know, access to the chat room and some other stuff on the site. Do you stay away from wide touches? I don't know what that is. Can you explain that to me? Because I really don't know. Oh, widespreads. Um, when right, it depends how wide the spread is, right? So I don't stay away from that stuff. Like if there's a wide spread, if there's a wide spread and the volume is light, I will stay away from it. If there's a wide spread and the volume is good, I will put out a limit order and I will decrease my share size. I will always manage my risk with my share size. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's very, very not complex at all. We tend to overcomplicate it, but it's not, right? Because if I've traded stocks with a $4 or $5 spread, what did I do? How did I do this? I put an order out on the limit, on the a limit order out, and I decreased my share size drastically. That's it. Yep, you got it. It's really simple. Now, let me tell you guys a little bit about interactive. Oh, hold on. BMAT, WMT has been failing this week. Any reason for this fail? WMT. It could be any number of things. Have you looked on Yahoo Finance to see if they have any PRs out? You know, with all the scares of viruses and all sorts of stuff that's going on right now, like new strains, you know, it's not surprising that something like that's brick and mortar might pull back. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, here it is. I mean, this didn't take long. This did not take long, guys. Why is Walmart pulling back? Check this. Check this out. Feds sue Walmart over role in opioid crisis. There you go. That answers that question. Reckless. Reckless says Mara keeps pushing up. Wonder if it will fall eventually. Mara will fall probably when Bitcoin falls. Tirip Chick, are you more likely to go long when Tigger is on SSR? It's irrelevant to me. Yeah, B-Matt, you got it, bud. No problem at all, man. We found that one fast, man. I think that would cause a stock to pull back. Everybody's getting sued, man. You got Raging Bull getting sued. You got Robinhood getting sued. I'm gonna do a video on the Robinhood one. You got Walmart getting sued. I mean, everybody's getting sued by the Fed, bro. Like, stay away. Is trading options a way to get around the PDT? Yes, it is. Trading options, trading futures as well is one way to get around PDT. Not because you're not going to be held accountable to PDT by trading options, but because if you're in a cash account and you trade options, your money settles every day. So like if you bought calls today on Monday, 2,500 bucks, and that's all you have in your account. You bought $2,500 worth of calls today. You sold them today. Tomorrow, those $2,500 are available again. G-Shock, Jesse, I'm afraid of taxes at the end of the year. Can you make a video discussing tax brackets and taxes on and tax gains and losses? Man, I'm leaving that up to the tax professionals over at the Day Trader chat room. We have a tax professional that helps out people with that stuff. It's like if you go to the daytraderchatroom.com, you'll see on the upper like tabs, you'll see tax trader taxes or something like that. You click that, you can get in touch with our professional that handles that type of stuff. However, I will say a lot of times traders get very nervous about taxes and taxes and taxes. Day trading. Look, man, I'm not talking to you directly, right? But I'm just saying, like in general, when I said, look, man, like if it's your first year trading, the last thing you should be worried about is taxes, because more often than not, a day trader's first year, you're gonna lose money. If you break even on your first year, round of applause. Now, as far as taxes go, taxes generally, I'm not a tax professional, so don't take this as concrete, 100% information. Generally speaking, you're going to get a 1099 from your broker, and you'll just be taxed at your regular income tax bracket on your day trades. Anything long term, like a year and above, that you've held and sold over a year, that would be capital gains taxes, and that's a whole nother animal. You get more tax favors in your favor. Let's see here. No problem, Rustar. Rip Shake says, what do you think of having 5 to 10K on an offshore broker? I think a lot of people do that and they're successful at it, like CMEG. I've never done it. I mean, I just me, I get a little nervous. If I had $10,000, I would just put like $5,000 or $7,000 in a margin account and then the remaining in a cash account. That's exactly what I talk about in the video I uploaded earlier today. You might want to check it out. There you go, G-Shock, bro. You got it. 2 Rip Chick, my first year, down 3K. That happens. That's just the name of the game. And that's really, really good. 3,000 bucks. Like, you know how many people start trading their first year and they're down 10, 15, $20,000, $100,000. They blow up whole accounts. It's all about managing risk. Taxes are a good problem. It means you're successful. I mean, yeah, it means you're successful, but I don't know. I'm from the crew that says, hashtag taxation is theft. 2 Rip Chick, is it a good idea to work full-time job to save, then trade when ready? So like you got to figure out how much money you want to trade with, right? And once you figure that out, then you full-time job, side hustle, whatever it is, you sell stuff you haven't used over the last year on eBay, and you just gather all that money for your day trading account. Why is my mouse not working? There we go. So, you guys have any other questions for me? Oh, while you think about that, let me tell you about the features on the future features that we're going to have at the daytraderchatroom.com. We're going to have that interactive training. I earlier said, I'll give you a little tidbit about it, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to try. We're gathering all our content for that. It's going to take time to gather even more, and then we're going to get with our programmer. And once we have gotten with our programmer on that, because he's busy with other stuff, we're going to like have that full program that's going to be interactive training, and something that I've never seen done before. We hope to have it probably, I'd say, middle to late of next year. If we can have it earlier, that'd be amazing. We're going to try. It's going to be interactive training. So not only will you have courses, not only will you have the one-on-ones, not only you're going to have all the resources that the website have, you're also going to have the interactive training. That thing is going to be an absolute beast, and it's going to be a game changer. We're here to disrupt, really. That's what it is, and that's why we've gotten some some attacks from people that own services. We're here to disrupt. That's all. Thank you, Karim. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. What's going on here? Trump suggests he will not sign COVID relief bill passed by Congress. He wants the bill amended. Oh, you see. So that's what I said earlier. Earlier, I had mentioned that I wasn't surprised that he didn't want to sign off on it because he wanted people to have more money. He wanted people to have more money because 600 bucks is a joke. Like you got people out there hurting like crazy, right? That have been suffering. You're gonna give 600 bucks. Like wow. So yeah, that's crazy. Those pings. Do you guys hear those pings, man? Those are my text messages going insane. And you know who it is? It's my partner that he's on there on the other side laughing. And he's laughing because he's telling me, Jesse, tell them about the special. Jesse, tell them about the special. What special? What special? Guys, he's not leaving me alone. So I got to tell you about the special. I was going to tell you about it a little bit later. I was going to maybe have him send an email out. But all right. He says that whoever signs up today is going to get an extra free month of chat. Like whoever signs up today for one of the paid tiers, either the quarterly or the biannually or the annually, or I mean not the lifetime, but I guess we'll give you something else. But you get an extra free month. There, I said it. Are you happy? All those pings driving me crazy was just him telling me, Jesse, tell them already, tell them already. Fine, I told them. There it is, guys. One free month of chat for you. Now you got to go ahead and just sign up there. You got to use the coupon code and put up the and go to the link so you can sign up. There's always one douche around here. All right. So let's see here. This news might affect the market. It's already affecting it. It's already affecting it. There you go. You got to take advantage of that because this guy really wants to give you a month for free when you sign up. Yeah, see? Um, exactly. That's what's going to happen. Look, let's just go over to the SPY right now and see if I can put the after hours chart on there. All right. So let's go post market. There it is. And there it is. I told you the market doesn't like uncertainty. Yeah, BMAT. The actual present that we have is completely free. For anybody that signed up for like even our free course or our newsletter, they're gonna get an email on the 25th on Christmas morning. You're gonna get an email with a link to join us for free the last week of this year. To join us for free, totally free, in the chat room from the 28th to the 31st. Absolutely. The one-on-one mentorship is going to be to go over anything you want to go over to Ripchick, right? It's going to be for us to go over anything you want to go over. I always enjoy going over the traders' trades and their stats. So I like it for them. I like usually for them to put their stats all into like a program, like I think it's called Trader View or similar, and then download that or send screenshots to me so I can see your stats. Like your average hold times, the tickers you've traded. I mean, that thing, it's so intuitive. Even the free version, which is perfectly fine, the free version that they have, it has so much information. It really helps out with the one-on-ones because we can really get in there and dissect your trading. Oh, there you go. Perfect. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, B-Man. Awesome, man. I hope to see you there. Yeah, so TraderView, put all your stats in there, just download everything in there, and then when we have our one-on-one one of these days, you just send me that and we dive into that, and that really, really is an amazing tool. That's SPY, guys. Look at that. So let's see here. So 640, 364.50 is what we're looking at there. Let's see. Oh wow, look at this candle on the daily. See, this was when I was in the keys yesterday. I wasn't in the market. Oof. 2G Shock. 2G Shock knows. He sees me smiling and he's like, oh, I love it when the market goes on special. I love it when the market goes on special. So you got these two zones, your 360, and then you got this 355-ish area, and then you got 350. Those are the potential support zones. It's going to be an interesting week. Rustar, which broker would you recommend for a small account in the US? In the US, any of the big names. So I'm with Charles Schwab. That would be the first recommendation I would give. Call them, see if you like them, go through their stuff. I have a playlist on my channel. You can go through that playlist and you can get familiar with the platform, which is Street Smart's Edge. And then there's E-Trade. You can go check out E-Trade. I also have a playlist on there when I used to be with them, but I no longer like E-Trade at all. Tour Chick uses TD. Yeah, a lot of people use TD. They like the Toss platform. So that one's really good. Either one, you can't go wrong with something like Street Smart Edge or Toss. You really can't go wrong. I don't really like Toss. I just feel it's overcomplicated, and I like to keep everything extremely simple. All right, guys. So now you know, if you sign up today, and this is only good for today. My partner wanted me to get that info out. You sign up today, you purchase one of our tiers, you're gonna get 1 free month of chat room. Also on the 25th, for anybody that signed up with our newsletter or with the free course, you're gonna get a link emailed to you for 1 free week of chat room access this month, which will be the 28th through the 31st. And I think that's about it, guys. I think we're going to wrap it up here. Nice little live session for the night. We went over some tickers. We went over my long-term holds. We went over a little bit of the SPY here on the back of this news that President Trump is not wanting to sign this new relief bill because it doesn't have enough money for the people. That's pretty cool. So it's definitely, been a really informative night. Any questions, go ahead and drop them in there or send it to us via the contact us section at the daytraderchatroom.com. We'll be happy to help you. Thank you very much for tuning in. And we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to have new videos up on YouTube. You're not going to want to miss tomorrow's video. I promise you that, as well as the video I uploaded today about how to get around the PDT rule.